The Kanye West situation is so disturbing. Hello you gorgeous donuts. Today we're going to be covering the story of Kanye West and how he was once one of the most loved people and now one of the most hated men on the planet. In this video we're going to talk about who Kanye is. We're going to give a brief history of his journey towards the point in which he's turned to the worst person on earth. We're going to cover his insane meltdown on Twitter that he's just had, and we're also going to discover why he's acting this way. So let's get into it. So Kanye West started as a music producer where he formed beats for other artists who were very big, and then he later became an artist himself, winning multiple Grammys, becoming one of the most influential hip-hop artists there's ever been. And people built like an insane connection with Kanye because he really felt like he spoke for the people, like he really stuck up for people that were like him.
Subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Please call...
You could see him charging up to say that. But this was on like national television, and Kanye at this point was getting so many plaudits because finally people who felt a certain way about how America was going, he kind of just said it in front of the nation where nobody else would. It's so funny because Mike Myers is like, his entire genre of comedy is like shocking people, and then Kanye West just absolutely stumped him. It takes something to shock Mike Myers. And I'll admit, when I was in school, I used to really engage with Kanye's music. Like, I'd listen to him like most days. He was just a normal person that worked for his success. I don't know if anyone's seen the Netflix documentary Genius, where it basically walks you through like him really trying to get his career going, like going to various kind of record labels, playing his music and them kind of rejecting him. In that documentary, you see what a great connection that he has with his mother, Donda. She had a huge influence over his life and really kept him grounded when his success was getting to new heights. There's a point in the documentary where Donda says to Kanye, the giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing, basically saying to Kanye, like, don't let your ego fuel who you're gonna be.
This is so exciting, isn't it? I love it.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Got a lot of confidence. Come off a little arrogant even though you're humble and everything. But it'd be important to remember that the giant looks in the mirror and sees nothing.
What a bomb. But obviously you can see here Kanye, like he rarely listens to anyone. He is silent listening to his mother here, dropping absolute bomb advice. Now because I've followed Kanye's journey, I kind of have like a different perspective on people that kind of just see his crash out right now. And I believe the start of how he's became the person that he is today is when his mother actually died. Donda passed away on the 10th of November 2007, and ever since then Kanye really hasn't been the same. Since then he went on like a spiral of craziness. Like the amount of times this guy has done stuff where people have been like, what an arsehole, is crazy. There's the huge moment where he interrupted Taylor Swift's winning speech at the MTV Music Awards.
So thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Oh, I hate this clip. Me when the attention's not on us for 2 seconds. Like obviously Taylor Swift is just like a young lass winning like an award on the come up. Like you can tell how awkward she feels. Like this should be a really nice moment for her, and it was just spoiled by this prick trying to get the attention. Like even if you think Beyonce's music video was better, that's fine, but you don't need to like interrupt Taylor Swift. Do you know what I mean? It's just really, really weird behavior and driven by ego. The very thing that Donda tried to stop from happening. And it seemed like every single month Kanye's ego was just like taking over who he actually is as a person.
I am a god. Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
When somebody starts going around saying that they're a god, that's where you've got, like, somebody's got to be like, mate, just release your music, right? Release your shoes, okay, and then just stick to that. This god stuff, not gonna roll, right? Like, this is where you need your mate in the group chat to really, you know, kind of just bring you down a peg or two. Just remember who you actually are and where you've came from. Obviously, in these videos, I try and consider everyone's perspectives. I think from his perspective, because he's obviously been one of the most influential music artists, and he's also, like, been so successful with fashion, with Yeezys, etc., etc. I think that he just thinks that anything he does, like, turns to gold, like he can do no wrong, and that kind of just fueled this insane narcissistic ego that he has. I remember when he went on the Joe Rogan podcast and literally said that something like he's gonna buy the earth or something.
How much does the earth cost? I'm gonna buy the entire earth and be king.
What would you do if you were the leader of the free world?
I'm gonna take the smartest people on the planet and make them work on mechanical bees. You know, everyone making negative comments, the bees go get them.
Like, what? I lost you there.
Sorry, what? How would you just buy the earth? Like, is the earth on Rightmove? Sorry, I don't normally, like, have the max price as just unlimited. Normally I put it down a couple, you know. Not really looking to buy the earth. Just a 3-bed or a 2-bed will do me, thank you very much. But this man genuinely, like, believes these things. Like, he's deadly serious here. He's not joking around. And as funny as that is, it's actually really alarming that somebody has got to the point where they believe that they can actually do these things, that they believe they can do anything. One major reason why I believe Kanye is currently having a huge meltdown is obviously, like, the aftermath of his divorce. If you didn't already know, he was going out with Kim Kardashian and they actually had 4 children together. North, Saint, Chicago and Palm. And this is one thing that I always think, right? Like, why do celebrities always give their kids such, like, flamboyant names? Like, you never see a celebrity with a kid just called Keith. It's always called something like Letterbox or Destiny or The Earth. Like, why are they never just called normal names? Like, why have they got to call their kids Chicago or North? Like, what happened to Jack? Like, how many... I know about, like, 30 Jacks that are my age. Like, what happened to that when mums were like, can't be ours, just call him Jack? Or they used to open the baby book and just choose the first name. Aaron. That's it. We'll call it Aaron. Right. First name on that's sorted. Right. Shall we go to Spoons? Oh, well then. To get her breakfast. And after Kim filed for divorce, she started going out with Pete Davidson, and this was just absolute nightmare fuel for Kanye. I remember he posted this photo to his Instagram, which was a previous photo that he took with Pete Davidson, Timothy Chalamet, and Kid Cudi, and he just reposted it but crossed out Pete Davidson's face. He's like a child. Why would you do this? Now, although that was funny, there was some really, really dark stuff that Kanye was targeting towards Pete. He released a song with The Game called Easy, and a lot of it was directed towards Pete Davidson, even the whole music video. I don't know how much of this we can show, but basically, it's like just some really haunting videos of like a waxwork that appears to be Pete Davidson. And there's like a scene of Kanye just holding his head with like detached from his body. There's a scene of him like planting his head and growing flowers out of it. And like him kidnapping him. It's really, really strange. And like if I was Pete Davidson in this situation, I'd be like, you know what, love? Like Kim, I just think you come with too much baggage if I'm being honest. Like I just want to go on stage, do me jokes and then just go home and just, you know... I don't know, watch Severance or The Sopranos or something. I don't need this. And I believe all of these factors and many more things have led to what is going on right now. If you haven't seen, Kanye has recently started posting on Twitter again. And if you don't really know about Twitter and Kanye, like, going hand in hand, it never really ends well, honestly. It's like Coke and Mentos. Every time they meet, you know, it's about to be an explosion. Now, his first couple of tweets were him kind of just warming up his fingers. Reading! And anyone who can do it, clearly not a Colleen Hoover fan, right? Wasn't a fan of It Ends With Us, but who was apparently. This tweet is a little bit hypocritical because, like, how would you even, like, be able to engage with Kanye's Twitter if you couldn't read? Everyone's kind of getting in the neck here. Hey kids, Twitter is a great way to express yourself and crash 3 companies at once. Bearing in mind this is a 47-year-old man that is tweeting this. When you too old to say brazy, so you be in the studio with... Like, yeah, man, that's really good. No, I mean really good. Okay, at this point, I'm like, tweets like this. Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but it's not that bad, is it really? He's not really hurting anyone with these tweets, is what I'm trying to say. Well, Kanye actually changed his profile picture to just... like a blank white square. And ever since this moment, this is where everything went downhill and hell was unleashed. Please remember, I'm only 35 days into the year. Oh God, this is not going to end well. Do I even want to scroll? Free Puff! No! No, Kanye! You just know all the Kanye fans right now are like, oh, fuck. know. What are you doing to us? Why would you tweet this? In what sense would you ever think this is a good idea? Why would you even agree with this? Why would you want P. Diddy free? Do you not know the crimes that man did? The people that have came forward about this man. It's not just one person. It's a whole collective of people. This guy was not a good guy. We all watched them try to cancel Chris Brown and ain't nobody do nothing. I was then to Chris Brown. It's till the wheels fall off. Like, I don't even know what this means. Genuinely, I don't know if this is some sort of, like, word jumble. It just doesn't make sense. Like, where's the punctuation? Also, why is everything in capitals? Like, is he trying to say he's shouting? I have no idea what's going on here. There's, like, random double spaces. Honestly, I've got no idea. There's a lot of words that I can't say in these tweets, by the way, guys. Just letting you know. All these celebrity and is pussy. Y'all are watch our brother rot and never say shit. Which I imagine is alluding to Puff Daddy. I don't know why he's trying to die on the hill of defending this man after what has came out about him. It's as if someone's at gunpoint making him write these tweets. Like, genuinely, I have no idea why you would come on Twitter and post this. He then took it one step further when he said, slavery is a choice. Now, I always remember when Kanye years ago came out with that in an actual video. I believe, was it at the TMZ offices?
When you hear about for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all?
This is why you can't give people nice things. Too many nice things. You can give people nice things, just not too many of them. Like, this man genuinely believes that, like, he can do anything just because he sold up, like, some shoes and made some really good songs. I genuinely believe Kanye thinks that if he was dropped for, like into one of those 400 years, he would have solved it like that. I genuinely believe he believes that in his head. The man is just so delusional, and it's so sad to see what he is now compared to what he was at the start of his career. I always remember Virgil Abloh, the late Off-White founder. I remember him, like, confronting him about this in the offices and basically just shutting him down over it. And speaking of him, Kanye actually wrote a tweet saying Virgil, which, bear in mind, this guy is, like, not alive anymore and obviously was, like, such an influential person in, like, culture, etc. It seems like he's trying to rage bait, but then I don't actually think he is, because why would Kanye West rage bait? Like, the man is one of the most famous people on the planet. The man doesn't need any more awareness. He must feel this stuff to his core, and it just shows. Like, all along, was he actually just this awful, like, human being? There's not a single person in this world that can justify how that is not a terrible tweet. Not a single person can convince me otherwise. Yeezy does not hire fat or ugly people. It's like, what are you trying to do here? Like, mate, you're 47 years old, rage baiting on Twitter. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Kanye West, get a life. What are you doing? Stop. Just put the phone down. You see this? You know when you're tweeting? Before you click send, just go, actually. And then come back 5 minutes later and see if you really want to post that. He has this obsession with people that are overweight for some reason. All this woke shit. They're putting fat bitches on the runway. Nobody want to see that shit. It's unhealthy. It promotes obesity. And the wild shit is, if the fat bitches lose weight, then they lose their, except for Adele, because she actually has another talent than being used as a pawn for political agendas. Again, like, that was so hard to read. Like, genuinely, I thought I was kind of losing my mind mid-sentence there. Kanye, would it kill you to use a comma? Also, mid-crashout, he was, like, selling his t-shirts. Like, who is looking at all these tweets and then going, God, I really want to buy something that Kanye West has made? Nobody, surely. Well, that's what I thought, but then Kanye tweeted this. My sales doubled since last night. Damn, the world must be racist like me. Like, this is actually really disturbing, and this is why I believe that Twitter is one of the worst platforms that has ever existed, or X. Although it does have some funny tweets on there, and it has some nice communities on there, there is so many really, really horrific communities that can accumulate on this app because now it's been took over by Elon and anything basically goes, and hate speech is promoted because that's how the algorithm works over there. It just annoys us because Elon Musk, like, frames Twitter as being the real source of news, the unfiltered news source that isn't biased. However, it's heavily biased because every single Elon Musk tweet is forced down your throat. Every single kind of tweet that agrees with his agendas forced down your throat, and it just promotes people like Kanye to say these kind of things because that's how the algorithm kind of feeds into it. What y'all gonna do? Cancel my sneaker deal? Cancel my record deal? Freeze my account? Is a choice. I'm speaking my mind now. I ain't editing ever again. Like, it's fine for Kanye West, who is maybe he's multi-billionaire, living in Calabasas or wherever he lives, where he doesn't have to worry about the implications of his actions because he's got all of this money and he can just like keep away from people for the rest of his life if he actually wanted to. But words like this have an actual impact on how like awful people think, and this actually affects real people. Like, real everyday people are affected by the words that people like Kanye West say because it gets ingrained into society. It's just so sad that he's using these platforms this way, considering what he used to use these platforms for. He's also said a lot of like racist stuff that I'm not going to read out. I don't even want to like, you know, platform any of that kind of stuff that he was saying, because some of the stuff is really, really, really bad. Now, because of this crash out, he actually got banned off Instagram. Somebody put a photo on Twitter, and I don't want to include it because I couldn't check for myself to validate it, but they insinuated that the only two people that Kanye was following on Instagram before he got banned were his wife Bianca and P. Diddy. Like, mate, what are you doing? Like, this is just so, like, it's just not funny. It's just sad. Now, a lot of people have like theorized why Kanye is having this current crash out, and people have said different things which we're going to cover, but I just find it so odd that he's acting this crazy on Twitter, because a couple of days ago he did a podcast and he seemed pretty chill and pretty healthy. There was this moment where he was talking about Drake and Kendrick's beef.
Who do you think won that rap battle?
Well, one thing is like with Kendrick, I was like, man, why you killed my nemesis? Where's the movies if it ain't no Drake?
Yeah.
For me, it's like, or at least took him down for a little bit. You know, in superhero films, like maybe it's like one of the characters, Wolverine or something, just goes away for a couple films and stuff. I'm like, damn, man, it's like, it was really challenging for me to make Father stretch my hands and different things and make it work.
Like, obviously, he seems kind of level-headed here, which it's just, like, if I tried to understand Kanye, I would be here for hours and still would be no closer. Like, even there, he was calling Drake his nemesis, but then he tweeted this last night. The caption is hard, and it's like a photo of Drake where the caption is, they tried to kill him, but the boy prevailed. So he's basically saying, Drake's got like 1,000 aura here. I can't believe I've just said that. How old am I? So I don't even think Kanye knows what he's talking about most of the time. I think he's just out of it. A lot of people have said that he's trying to take the attention away from Kendrick, because obviously Kendrick recently has done really well at the Grammys. He's really successful. He's had one of his best years ever, and he's going to be performing at the Super Bowl this weekend. And obviously Kanye sees himself as like the biggest, most influential hip-hop artist ever. Yet Kendrick Lamar is doing better than him, and I don't think his ego can take that. And I do think there is some weight to these claims, because he did tweet this: I stood up for Puff and I'm still winning 20 Grammys next year and doing the Super Bowl. So like, he is basically saying here, I'm going to win more Grammys than Kendrick and then do the Super Bowl. Like, do you know what I mean? He's like competing with them. So he's trying to get his name out there by saying the worst stuff ever. Moving on from his tweets, some more stuff that Kanye has done, which is just like honestly mind-blowing, is got to do with his relationship with his current wife, Bianca Censori. Now, ever since getting together, they've had drama around them, mostly because she looks basically identical to Kim Kardashian, but they have a really weird dynamic, and Kanye has said this himself. Kanye West says he has dominion over wife Bianca Censori, and she can't wear anything without his approval, as he responds to coercive control claims after that Grammy stunt. Now, already, that's just the headline alone, without reading the rest of the article, that's really alarming and like really controlling behavior and really weird, if I'm being honest. He gets away with it because he's Kanye West and he's this huge celebrity, but if somebody was doing this just in the everyday world, you'd be really worried and you'd probably call the police. Like, this is given all of the traits of like a really, you know, kind of, I don't know, maybe it's an abusive relationship, maybe he's not physically abusive, but like emotionally abusive. Like, this woman can't even wear what she wants to wear because her husband won't be happy with it. And even worse than like not letting her wear what she wants to wear, he always like dresses her in the most like embarrassing outfit. Some of these we can't even show because they're just so horrific, but nobody who wants to look good would wear these outfits. They're just really revealing, and it really kind of just strips her down to just her body. Like, I don't understand why he does this to her, especially when he just wears like a black outfit, like just not even like coordinating with his wife. Like, how about you wear the embarrassing outfit and then your wife just wears like an all black dress? How about that, Kanye? And Kanye and his wife took it one step further at the recent Grammys, where Kanye just dressed in like a normal black outfit and his wife came basically naked. We're obviously not going to be able to show this, obviously, because I'll get kicked off YouTube, but she is naked here. Like, you can see everything, and it's really, really disturbing in my opinion. Like, this isn't art. This isn't, you know, a statement. This isn't, like, any kind of thing that should be respected. This is just cruel, and it's really, like, an abuse of power, in my opinion. It's a man who never gets told no, and he can just do whatever he wants because he believes he's this genius, he's this god amongst men, and he believes he's better than anyone, and anyone else's opinion isn't up to his opinion. And like I've said this previously, I was a Kanye fan in school. Like, I always used to love it when he'd drop a new album and he'd really, like, put all his heart and soul into it. Like, when he released The Life of Pablo, albums like Graduation, The College Dropout, they were, like, such good albums, and you can listen to them now. But the fact it's tied to him as a person makes you not want to listen to it, because you don't want to give somebody like that the validation of listening to the music. Obviously, I feel sorry for the people that his tweets target and make their life harder on a daily basis. I also feel sorry for people that have invested so much energy into Kanye, people that maybe have been to loads of his tours, put loads of money into him, loads of time into him. Kanye fans on a daily basis are fighting for their lives. How it feels to be a Kanye fan in 2025. It's so true though. Like, I'm no longer a Kanye fan, and I haven't been a Kanye fan for years. Like, the man hasn't dropped a good thing in years, and anything that comes from Kanye in the last 5 years has been terrible, whether it's what he said or even, in my opinion, his work. Some of the tweets I've seen about Kanye's situation have actually made us laugh. If Kanye got hacked, no one would even know. It's so true. Like, genuinely, someone would hack Kanye's Twitter and be like, you know what, I don't think I can do better. Kanye, do you want, have it back, mate? Like, honestly, you'll ruin this more than what I can. Genuinely, if someone hacked Kanye's Twitter and put, like, a crypto scam on there, that probably would be one of Kanye's best tweets in the last 24 hours. Kanye always trying to steal people's spotlight. Let Montoya shine. No, let Montoya shine. That's obviously mentioning that such viral clip that we're going to make a video on. It might already be out at this minute, so if it is, go and watch it, or it's coming. How it feels watching Kanye tweet. Genuinely. Like, is there not anybody in the house with Kanye that just hides all social media devices? Like, Kanye needs somebody else to have access to his third-party authenticator app. Or, like, I think somebody should have a physical key for Kanye's social medias, because that's a thing. And whenever Kanye wants to log into social media, he needs permission of somebody with the key to insert it. Now, I know I always try and keep these videos kind of balanced, and this video hasn't really been balanced in my criticism towards Kanye, obviously, because he's deserved it. But one thing, and I've said this for years with Kanye, is he clearly needs mental health help. But this is, like, you can only get mental health help, like, speaking from my own experiences, if you want it yourself. And this man, in my opinion, from what I've seen, obviously I have no idea what this man is like away from the cameras, but he doesn't seem to want help. He seems to thrive off the anguish that comes around his name, which obviously is a really bad personality trait. And I think this man struggles with things that can't be solved with just normal therapy, in my opinion. Like, this runs so deep with Kanye, and I honestly believe, like, in terms of his work, in terms of everything that he's ever done, that has all been tarnished now. Like, his legacy has been tarnished because of the things that he said. There's not a single person in the world that this man hasn't kind of made angry or offended with these words. And I don't think we're ever going to see, like, him ever produce good music ever again. Like, music where you're like, you know what, yeah, that's as good as your old stuff, because this man's just too far gone, and he is not the man that he was before that I showed at the start of this video. He has turned into some sort of monster, and I honestly don't understand how he still has fans that support him on a daily basis, because what he is doing now is just, it's just ridiculous. If you'd like to watch another video from me where I cover another person going through it at the minute, click this video right here, or watch a brand new video from me right here. Go on.
Kirkham, baby.